Hello, second grade. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to draw this picture, Van Gogh's picture. Just set that off to the side. I'm just gonna look at it as I draw. Okay, so step one, we wanna practice good sketching skills. I want you to notice that I'm holding my pencil a little bit farther back. So normally for writing and for like math, let's say, you hold your pencil a little bit closer to the edge like that. But we tend, and I'm not sure if you have come across this, but we tend to press a little bit hard. So I'll show you an example. So if I'm drawing a line like this, I'm holding my pencil grip like that. I am gonna need to, I'll show you, I'm gonna draw the vase. And I do need to erase this line on the inside. So because I pressed really hard and I'm going to erase this line on the inside, do you see how we can still pretty much see it? Even though I'm erasing really hard, it is still not coming out. It's because I pressed really hard holding my pencil like this. So I'm gonna flip my paper over. I wanna practice sketching really lightly. Okay, so towards the bottom of the paper, because I'm looking at this, do you see the line? It's not in the middle. Right about here would be where the middle is, right? So it's below that. Right about here is where the table line is. So we're gonna draw that. And I'm gonna show you we're gonna draw right here at the bottom of the vase, and then make these curved edges. Okay, so I'm going to lightly sketch the table line, super light. Now about in the middle towards the bottom, I'm gonna draw a little half line. This is gonna be the bottom of the vase. Or sorry, slightly curved line. And I'm going to sketch the vase, okay. Remember, I don't always draw the right line the very first time. So I want you guys to notice, do you see how I'm making lots of little light lines? And I think that's about where I want it. So hopefully, let's check my sketch work. Now, since I pressed lightly, do you see that erases right out? So now I don't even see those lines. That is perfect. Okay, so now remember we learned about the term overlapping. That's when something's in front of something else. That's called creating space and making things look three-dimensional. So now this vase here looks like it's sitting on top of this table. Okay. So now let's see, I'm looking at this. I'm going to draw this flower first. This is what shape? A circle or an oval. And then I'm gonna draw this flower and then this flower. Okay, so the flowers are overlapping the top of the vase. We don't even see the top because the flowers are in front. So I'm gonna sketch lightly an oval shape. There's a seed right about here. Okay, now I'm gonna sketch the flower that's behind it. And you hopefully have your packet and are following along. You're looking at your printout as you're sketching, just like how I am. Okay, so do you see I just kind of fixed that shape. So now I'm just gonna erase that part because that's not what I want. And then I'm gonna sketch this bottom part. So if you were practicing this at home, please feel free to pause the video. I know I am going a little bit fast. So I don't even see the top of that vase, so I can erase that. Let's see, there's a little seed like that. So remember, in our packet, we tried to draw 3 circles that were overlapping. This is why. We are practicing drawing flowers, sunflowers, that are pretty much circles or oval shapes. So you see we have the table here, we have the vase, and then we have 1, 2, 3 flowers. Okay, notice right here, there are some petals at the bottom here. There's also a leaf that's sticking out. So we're gonna add those two next. Also, I did forget, we are gonna make this curved line around the vase, and Vincent van Gogh signed his name here. Since you're the artist, I want you to write your name right here, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm gonna do that first and then come back to the petals. So right underneath the table line, I'm gonna make it curvy like this. This line, this curvy line, follows the shape of the vase. So it makes it look like it is more round. Now remember, Vincent signed his name right here. My first name is Kate. So I'm gonna write Kate, and I'm gonna write 2F. That is for 2nd grade, Mrs. Field. If you're in Miss Lou's class, you would write the number 2 and then the letter L for 2nd grade Lou. Okay, so I'm just gonna erase that and go back to an F since I see Miss Field's class first. Okay, so underneath the flower there are curvy petals that kind of curve out like this. Okay, and this is where you get to be your own artist. So I am trying to copy Vincent's petals, but I am not doing them all exactly like him because I am my own artist. So I am making up my own petals, but it is similar to his. So feel free. These are kind of like, what shape? What does this remind you of? Like a teardrop maybe, or a leafy shape? Speaking of leaves, let's add that big leaf right here. And it comes out to a point and comes back. Okay, I am gonna pause right here because I'm sure some of you guys are trying to get caught up there. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay. So go ahead and take your time adding those petals, and I'm gonna come back to part 2 next.